I'm going to be talking to the brothers, all right, and addressing a number of different issues, because when it comes to polygyny in particular, the challenge is that we aren't schooled well in it. And when you don't know something, then you go with the trial and error method. And trial and error method, problem is a whole lot of trial and a whole lot of errors. I am Coach Nazir, one of the founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships. My two beautiful co-wives, or my wives, not my co-wives, my two wives, Coach Fatimah and Nyla, are not going to be joining me today. Today we've actually had a very long day. Today we started out with our weekly family meeting, or what I call the family council, where we all get together, really plan for the week, go over the previous week, and make sure we're building at the same time. And then we also had a family event. It's one of my daughter's birthdays, my bonus baby. So she turned 17. It's a golden birthday today. We went out to a carnival amusement park, had some fun there, as well as went to eat afterwards, because, we got to grub. So yeah, so it's been a long day. And of course, we are currently traveling. So if you're like, how'd you do all of that? And it's like 10, 11 in the morning. Well, it's not for us. I need to check on something, but let me know where you're chiming in from. I see South Carolina. Salim's in the house. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. I'm going to check on one of the cams. I have a few things in front of me. You might see two different laptops, because we have our private community where I'm streaming from. And then, of course, I have YouTube and Facebook also where I'm streaming from for a short period, as well as IG. I need to check on the IG camera. But I will be starting on all of these and then shutting down a few of the cameras and only dealing with those in our private community. So if you have not registered, or you're just now really hearing about it with what we're doing there, you can go in there, join the live cast, stuff like that, register for free and everything. Let me give you the URL for that before I check and see what's going on IG stuff. Let me see. But I'm going to be talking to the brothers, all right, and addressing a number of different issues, because when it comes to polygyny in particular, the challenge is that we aren't schooled well in it. And when you don't know something, then you go with the trial and error method. And trial and error method, problem is a whole lot of trial and a whole lot of errors. I was talking to my children this morning at the family meeting, and I was discussing leadership. And we were talking really about self-hyphen. So whether that's self-awareness, self-efficacy, self-confidence, self-discipline, all of these things start with yourself before you're able to lead, because the first person you lead is yourself, right? But we had to get to the point of understanding the significance and the role that leadership plays, and being able to inspect what you expect. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of that today. And for those of you who are our students, some of our students, whether that's in the Polygamy Masterclass or the Kings and Kingdoms course, you already know how I shoot. I shoot straight from the hip. I'm letting you know what it is. And I just want to ask you quickly, if I have your permission to push you. See, I'm a strong believer in that many men should strive to practice polygyny, all right? Or at least be qualified as a bare minimum to practice polygyny. Not even if that's not your decision, your choice to want to move into it, you should qualify for it, for what it will make of you. See, it's similar to when my coach told me, he said, Nadir, you should make a goal to be a millionaire. And I was like, yeah, of course. I'm in my 20s. I'm like, yo, of course I'll be a millionaire, right? I can have all this stuff. I can travel these places. I can do all this, this stuff, this dreaming, right? My mentor said, no. He said, listen, you should strive to become a millionaire for what it will make of you. For what it will make of you. Then he went to explain, say, there's a person that makes $2,000 a week, which comes to almost 6 figures a year. Think differently than a person that's making $10,000 a week. And I was like, I couldn't really fathom either of those numbers at the time. And he was like, all right, let me break it down. If a person makes $2,000 a month, do they think differently? Do they move differently than someone who makes that per day? I'm like, of course. A person making $2,000 a month will absolutely think differently. He said, okay, well, what about the person that makes $83,000 a month?
Pardon the interruption. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that you could thrive better in the community that's more supportive? Now, I already know the answer to that. But did you know that Outstanding Personal Relationships actually has a community that is supportive and where we really hang out a lot. It has a number of areas and things like, for example, I deal with the men in the Kings and Men section where we discuss a number of different men issues, whether it's polygyny related, parenting related, whatever it may be. This is where we communicate and connect.
And as an introvert, I love the idea of an online community. So we have that. And to be able to speak with like-minded people, speak with other wives, wives, whether you're an incoming wife, whether you're a first wife, you're a wife, period, in general, you only practicing monogamy, whatever the case may be, to be able to be in a community with people who understand what you're going through, understand any type of issues you have, and also being in a place where you have support from others, where it's not all over social media for everybody else to see.
Yes, and it is a safe space. So if you guys want to see us or if you want to connect with us, come to our community.
Indeed. And like they said, it's private. All right. So you don't have to worry about your stuff being all over the place or all on social media, trying to find the comments and go scroll. We have the subjects. We have all this type of stuff. Just go to outstandingpersonrelationships.com. Look on the top of the page. Click on community. We look forward to seeing you there. Back to the video.
Would they think differently? I'm like, yeah, no doubt, no question. So we said, it's the same person, same hours in the day, same access to information and opportunity. The difference is the mindset. And that's just only at 1 million. What if you move to 10? That's $1 million a month or 100 million, right? So my mentor put me on that. And I'm like, okay, well, that being the case, that type of stretching can be applied to any part of your life. So why not qualify to at least practice polygyny? Not that you out there struggling along or you're thinking that polygyny is the way that we all gonna get together, put our money together. No. No, it's where you have to become more as a man to build and to lead. And you qualify for it, and your qualifications already attract the right people. See, brothers ask me quite frequently, they're like, where are the women at that, want to practice polygyny, all this stuff, which is a very weird question. All right, very, very weird question. It's like, okay, like there's a place that sisters just gather, or women just gather that practice polygyny, there's big old pro-polygyny thing in this society. Like, nah, that's not how that happens. However, there are women who are attracted to and even prefer polygyny over monogamous marriage. But are you the type of man that can attract them? Are you the type of person demonstrating the leadership and the intelligence in the several different areas of your life that is attractive? Are you the one that's able to provide security and that is acutely aware of different things, whether that's mentally or emotionally or whatnot? See, the more you are, the more you're able to communicate and pick up on subtle cues, the more you have demonstrated your financial aptitude by making sure you have assets already there for you. See, you're getting paid passively, minimally on a passive level. That's the money that gets taxed the least amount. You get paid first and pay taxes on the rest, if anything. All right. The funny part is the government already figured that out. They had to take your taxes out before they gave you a check instead of giving you a check and then you waiting on you to pay taxes. You'd be pissed. They're already taking it out from the jump. But when you're a business owner, when you're an entrepreneur, the rules change. Now, since you're adding value, you pay taxes last. Your business should grow and thrive. See, I had a friend of mine who's like, how much do you need to make per hour in order to go ahead and, live a certain lifestyle? I was like, it's funny because a person can be working at the same company. Think of where you work at, if you have a job where you're working right now. Does everybody get paid the same from the CEO all the way on down? Is everyone paid the same? And of course, the answer is no. See, the difference, though, is not your pay per hour. People are paid based on the value they bring to that hour. They're paid for the value they bring to that hour. You're not just paid $15 an hour, $20 an hour, $300 an hour. You can have a nurse and a surgeon in the same room with the same patient, but the surgeon's getting paid 100 times more than the nurse. There's a lot more value that they're bringing to that hour, correct? Similarly, when it comes to marriage and communication and relationships and fathering and being a husband, there's a whole lot more that can be done and should be. And those who qualify for it are attractive. Now, I'm good with 2 wives. It's easy for me to deal with the measurables. The measurables is time and money, right? You can easily divide by 2. That's real easy. It's 2 or 4. Like, I wouldn't want to have 3. But I'm good with marriage right now. I have several adult children, and 2 of them are married. I'm working to get others married and so on, and I'm working to try to get things done for 10 generations. Nevertheless, let me slow down and reel it back. And welcome you if you just now joined. I'm Coach Nazir, one of the founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships. I'm going to continue this discussion in about 15 minutes. I'm going to cut it off of YouTube and Facebook, and I'm going to focus only on our private community. So if you're not part of the private community, then you want to go there. Matter of fact, let me leave a link in the description for those of you on Facebook and YouTube. And if you are chiming in from IG, as I see you are, it's outstandingpersonalrelationships.com/invitation.